Hello and welcome back to WRestleMania 30th WrestleMania. Sorry, I have someone moaning in my ear right now, as you can probably hear. I have all of the generic songs from the game on in the menu music. So, that includes... Oh, we're getting some audio pops. That's not good. Oh, they're quite bad too. Just a second. I think I fixed them. Anyway. What is this music? Actually, I might just stop this recording if this doesn't stop, because this is quite bad. Oh, this is uncomfy. I'm leaving all of this in because I have never heard that in this song before, and you need to hear it too. Anyway, it seems like it's stopped now, so I'm gonna start. WrestleMania 4. If you missed the first episode, that's where WrestleMania 1, 2, and 3 are. And we will begin here, WrestleMania 4, with everybody's favorite WrestleMania match, Macho Man versus Ted DiBiase from WrestleMania 4. So, on the main event in February 1988, Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant had their long-awaited rematch for the WWE Championship. Andre won the title from Hogan with the help of an imposter referee. Paid off, not imposter, if I remember right. Andre then sold the WWF Championship to Million Dollar Man Ted DiBiase, in turn becoming the shortest reigning WWF champion, holding the title for only 47 seconds, even though they never actually acknowledged that one. Andre revealed that he planned to take a year off from the WWE and go on a cruise with the money DiBiase was paying him, proving everyone has a price for the Million Dollar Man. The presiding WWF champion... Let me restart that. The presiding WWF president, however, vacated the WWF Championship and ordered it to be decided in a 14-man tournament at WrestleMania 4. The tournament final saw Macho Man Randy Savage take on Ted DiBiase. Oh, I think Andre is the shortest reigning champion, not Ted. My bad. Yeah, because Ted's isn't acknowledged, which would make sense. He tried to buy a title.
Introducing first, accompanied by Andre the Giant,
He raised his arm.
the $1 Million Man being led down to the ring by Andre the Giant. If I had to stand back to back in an alley and fight, I'd definitely want Andre with me and not Miss Elizabeth.
Well said. Well said. Hearing about how Miss Elizabeth, like, hurt Macho Man Randy Savage, because I read about that, I was curious. Once she disappeared, around, when did she go away? It was after the feud with Flair, so around WrestleMania 8 time. After she, like, disappears, I every now and then when a wrestler or manager or anyone disappears from TV, I'll quickly pull up Wikipedia, because that's the beauty of watching old stuff, is you can find out all the information. Why are we focusing so much on Andre in this entrance? Yeah, that's the beauty of it all, is you can kind of, well, not the beauty, it's actually kind of a dark side 9 times out of 10. You can kind of find out what happened, like reading about what happened to, was it Don Morocco, I think it was? No, I can't remember who it was. French-Canadian fella. Something to do with, like, him getting assassinated because, like, the mafia or something. I remember reading, I was like, holy shit, what? I can't remember who that was now. But it came as such a shock. But yeah, reading about his separation from Elizabeth is actually really sad.
Macho Man Randy Savage making his way to the ring with the lovely Miss Elizabeth. We're going to see history made here tonight, as one of these two men will be crowned the undisputed WWE Champion. Macho Man has got to be thinking about one thing, and one thing only. Tonight, in the main event of WrestleMania 4, it's all or nothing. You can feel the tension right now. This is what it has all come down to. Savage and DiBiase for the WWE Championship.
Yeah, I don't really remember a lot of it off the top of my head, but obviously it's all available for you to look up on the divorce that they went through and the issues that they had and the beef that was causing between Hogan and Savage, and then eventually her getting with Luger, and obviously that's just bad for the both of them, and like, it's really sad. I don't like hate Elizabeth or anything, it's just seeing them together makes me feel kind of uncomfortable realizing what that was doing to him. I mean, obviously they weren't always like that. That was the end of their relationship. I'm sure they had a lot of good moments too. But it's sad because the whole proposal thing between them is like one of the like most like iconic historic moments. Sorry, I was just making sure that the video is still recording. How come DiBiase more outstanding than me? Okay. I've put the difficulty up to hard, as you saw in the last episode. Sorry. In the last episode, I just like gulped down a load of Dr. Pepper because I could feel my voice dying. So I do apologize if I'm a little more gassy. Where's Virgil? Now that is the question. Everybody wants to know where's Virgil. What a great... you know, I gotta say, I think it's criminal. I think it's messed up that they didn't put DiBiase versus Virgil in 30 years of WrestleMania. I'll tell you what, alright. I don't like Virgil at all, and I think DiBiase is honestly, he's a fantastic manager slash mouthpiece type, but as a worker I think he's very middle of the line. I think there was just always gonna be better than him, unfortunately, is what I mean. Not to say he's bad, it's just I don't think he was quite amazing. I used to think that it was criminal that this guy never was like actually a world champion, but I've kind of seen more of his work now, primarily his run as tag team champions with IRS and Money Inc., and I feel like the mid card is actually exactly where DiBiase should have been all along. Which there's nothing wrong with, you know, some people can just be mid carders and that can be fine. Yeah, I'll give credit where credit was due. Virgil was over when he had his feud with DiBiase. I don't like to admit that because Virgil sucks bad, but like, yeah, he was over. I'll give him that. It was definitely a big moment. A very uncomfortable storyline when you realize what they were alluding to, but you know, it was at least the right guy. I don't know, did Virgil even win? I think Virgil won. I was about to say the right guy won in that situation, but I don't actually know.
Well, Macho had 3 matches earlier tonight, and he is still bringing the fight to DiBiase. DiBiase sent him with a top to the floor below. Macho Man to the top, and Andre has to protect the $1 Million Man. Andre is asking Savage to jump. Oh, the Macho Man can't jump from there. I can't believe it. This is definitely going to even things out. There's Hulk Hogan.
Great. Couldn't have a WrestleMania main event without Hulk Hogan appearing. That would have been criminal. Okay, what needs to happen now? That's the question. How do we get to hidden objective? I appreciate the existence of hidden objectives, but I don't know how to get them because they're hidden. kind of a little hard to know what to do when the objective is cryptic. Just quickly get an elbow. Which does hidden objective be? Hit the elbow drop and win. Well, I mean, it cleared itself. That's good. I was actually really worried for a minute there. That's good. I'm glad it actually counted as like it clearing.
Looking at the Macho Man, I think the 3 matches he had earlier in the evening may have taken too much out of him. DiBiase with a $1 Million Dream locked in near the ropes. Andre swatting Savage away, and the ref steps in. Here comes the Hulkster with a chair.
Oh, fuck. That was a good sound effect for that chair shot. You really believed that he hit him with a chair in this video game. Video game. Well, do something then, Savage. Okay. Well, the objective hasn't been cleared, so... Oh, I think the objective... Oh, I see. The objective was to get him to critical and then win. I'm surprised he's not in the ropes. I really am surprised that wasn't a rope break. I really thought that was gonna be. I know they couldn't say WWF, but it feels really wrong to not hear it. Boo, Hogan, boo. Oh, this was a nice moment, though.
They have worked so hard for this moment. The 20,000 plus here in Atlantic City are on their feet to celebrate the new WWE champion, Macho Man Randy Savage.
I'm sure Jesse Ventura was selling it on commentary like he just got shot in the chest. That guy fucking hated faces winning. He sold it so good. Jesse Ventura, another great commentator, by the way. And not that anybody didn't know that, but I'm actually, I think I've seen people say that they don't like his style, which is completely fair.
A year makes. A year ago at this time, you were at the side of the Macho Man when he became the undisputed world champ. 1 year later, you're going to be challenging this very same man for the world crown.
1 year ago, brother, me and the Macho Man were as one. We were best of friends. I should have seen this thing coming, man. As the Mega Power team was formed, brother, the Mania was a little bit ahead of the madness, man.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan, I remember way back when the Mega Powers were bonded. Yeah, you made a lot of promises to the Macho Man, didn't you? Promises that you didn't keep.
He made me believe that he was in my corner, Mean Gene, and he was ready to fight all odds.
Macho Man Randy Savage went so far as to attack your Hulkamaniac.
Oh, yeah, he did more than just attack the Hulkamaniacs, brother. It was him that was eaten alive by the jealousy. He couldn't handle the pressure.
You promised that Elizabeth would never be in a dangerous position. And who had to come in and make that
Who the hell's that?
save? The Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Who the hell's that?
Hogan again. Hogan, I only come down to your matches when it's absolutely necessary. But you play by different rules. Yeah, you gotta get in your grandstanding and your hot dogging, don't you? Yeah.
Brother, you're a cheap shot artist. You were never in my corner. All I want from you is your best. When Hulkamania puts you down, I want the whole world to realize that I beat you at your best. And what you're gonna do, Macho Man, when the whole world full of Hulkamaniacs destroy you.
I mean, it was a hell of a feud, I'll give him that, but wrong man won, I'm going to say it. WrestleMania IV in March 1988. Macho Man Randy Savage defeated $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase in a 14-man tournament final to win the let me go back, I wasn't done reading. A vacant WWF Championship, I believe, was the next line. I think there was more. Let me go back. I'm not reading any of this. No, I don't. No one can read that quick. Stop it. With a little help from Hulk Hogan. The two formed a tag team known as the Mega Powers. They had many heated rivalries throughout the year and were dominant. Seemingly nothing and no one could stop the Mega Powers. However, long brewing tension between Hogan and Savage surfaced during a match against the Twin Towers on the main event. During the match, Savage was thrown out of the ring, knocking Miss Elizabeth unconscious. Hogan carried her to the back, leaving Savage to fend for himself. Really weird, shady move, by the way. Enraged by jealousy, Savage then attacked Hogan in the locker room after the match. Hogan then challenged Savage to a match for the WWF Championship at WrestleMania V. Okay.
Hulk Hogan, yeah. You say you don't know where the Macho Man is coming from? Yeah, you're right. You don't know anything about the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and where I'm coming from. Because it's mind-boggling to you, yeah. How one man could make it to the top all by myself. No pukesters helping me to the left, and no pukesters helping me to the right. Didn't need them then, don't need them now. And another person I don't need is Elizabeth either, yeah. Cause I'm the champion by myself, all by myself. You don't know where I'm coming from, Hulk Hogan. this Sunday afternoon. But I know where you're coming from, yeah. I know everything about Hulk Hogan, yeah. I know what makes you tick, yeah. And you've got the audacity, yeah, to see that in WrestleMania V, that Hulkamania is gonna survive. You don't know me, Hulk Hogan. You don't know where I'm coming from. After I'll beat you with that big elbow and pin you 1, 2, 3, guaranteed victory. I'm gonna tell you and all the pukesters out there one last time before this Sunday afternoon. Hulkamania is dead.
That's such a cool promo. I'm glad they bothered to include it. And it's nice of them to actually animate it. I will go ahead and say ahead now, for anyone that doesn't know, just because I'm sure someone will want to say it anyway, so I'll just be the one to say it. They don't really do those very much in this mode.
This is what we've all been waiting for. The Mega Powers will explode tonight at WrestleMania V. Miss Elizabeth saying that she will be here tonight to support both men.
How is she going to do that? There he is, JR. Oh, and what a champion he has been this past year. Winning the title 1 year ago at WrestleMania IV here in Atlantic City and coming back tonight to proudly defend the WWE Championship that he has defended all year long.
See, I remember this being a pretty good match, but I don't remember it that well, to be completely honest.
And approaching the ring,
I was wondering why the music was playing again.
Elizabeth about to make her entrance. She'll have to go to a neutral corner.
Yeah, what a gold digger she is, JR. I know exactly what she's going to do. She's going to go with whoever wins.
Miss Elizabeth has been put into a terribly awkward situation. Let's not make things worse than they already are, King.
By the way, I forgot to mention this during the WrestleMania IV match. One thing I really liked about that was, I think that tournament took place at WrestleMania IV, if I'm not mistaken. There was and that might have been the Wrestling Challenge tournament. There was a tournament that all happened in one night. And Macho Man Randy Savage changes his gear every single time he comes out. I thought that was a really cool touch. I don't actually remember what show that was or anything off the top of my head.
introducing the challenger from Venice Beach, California, weighing 303 pounds, Hogan.
There he is.
Explode. Everyone on their feet to greet that man, Hulk Hogan.
This guy is so underhanded. He wouldn't step up to Macho Man face to face and ask for a title match. He had to go after Macho's woman. How much lower can you sink than to go after your best friend's woman?
Well, you're entitled to your own opinion, King, as is everyone.
Listen, Macho Man won the WWE Championship in the biggest tournament in WWE history. And Hogan just laid in the weeds and thought of a devious plan to distract Macho, to steal his manager, steal his woman, to get Macho's mind off of what he is, and that's the WWE Champion.
Well, I mean, that's kind of not that far off. I mean, there's a few implications of things that definitely didn't happen, but, you know, for the most part, it's, as you say, it's not too far off. The weirdest thing to me was definitely that Saturday Night's Main Event thing they mentioned in the little brief bit I was going to talk about before. She gets knocked off an apron, she's clearly hurt. you know, naturally Hogan should be showing concern, but the way he carries her out to the back and just walks out on the mat, and he's like, oh yeah, Randy's got this, Randy's fine. That's not a very good guy thing to do. That looks like you're trying to worm your way into someone's pants.
Macho Man versus Hogan, I wouldn't have believed you. But the mega powers are exploding before our very eyes.
I think the thing about this kind of storyline, though, is that it does all come down to perception. You can absolutely think that Hogan is in the right, and I think you'd be fine. I just didn't personally see it when I was watching it. I was like, no, I think I wouldn't like someone doing that either. Fucking weirdo. I feel like this is going to be a really tough match. I think I remember this being one of the harder ones. This and the next one, the Mania VI match. And 7's like stupidly easy. 7 is like crazy easy in comparison. Watch me say that and then 7 be extremely hard for me. I should probably not go saying things like what ones are going to be easy. I think if I remember right, the hardest match that I have the biggest struggle with in this mode, from what I remember of it, is Mania 24. The WWE Championship, is it a triple threat or a four? I think it's triple threat. Triple H, Orton, and Cena, I think it was. That match is a struggle, because you have to win, but nobody will sell, and that makes it really hard. We got yellow in 2 different places, that's surprising. Interesting that the first objective is to get into critical damage, but there's 2 more. It's got to be Mania moments, it's got to be. Yeah, I do feel like these episodes are going to have less in them, / more episodes now because of the difficulty change, but I just don't want every match to be like this quick breeze. I don't want them to be like a mess of just reversals and like failed attempts either, but I feel like hard might be the perfect balance for that. I'll probably lose some, but I shouldn't lose nearly as much as I... Obviously I could probably win on Legend eventually, and it would probably help me get used to the reversal timing in this game, because that's what it all boils down to, is just how good you are at timing reversals. It's not really that much... You can't really make a difficult wrestling game. It can just be about timing reversals right. Timing, being able to kick out properly. It's just basic stuff like that.
It's hard to believe that these 2 superstars were such good friends not that long ago.
Best of friends.
It was all a lie, JR. A lie perpetrated by Hogan. He's a grandstander, a hot dogger. He craves the spotlight no matter the cost. The ref is telling Macho and Hogan to get back into the ring and is sending Elizabeth to the back.
Makes sense to me. Yeah, Randy Savage with a leg drop. Maybe in a minute. I gotta get him to critical damage first, which will admittedly be a lot easier on the outside. I think there is boosted damage on the outside normally. Damn it. No, Savage, no! I wanted you to win too! Oh, I don't even have a leg drop. He reversed it, that's right. He has a finisher, not me. I mean, I'll have a comeback, but oh god, he's got 2. He's gonna have 2. Oh god. That was weird.
This doesn't end in the count out. Savage absorbing a
Kick out after taking... Oh, okay. Well, I suck at kicking out of finish of anything in this game. I find the kick out meter to be quite hard to pull off. But here it goes, I guess. Come on, pin me. Are you kidding me? You're gonna do it again? Come on, man. And I gotta just let him too, because I need to kick out of the finisher for this to count. Oh god. I kind of had to. I gotta have a comeback. Oh, okay. All that. Can I do the rope rebound boot just like he generally actually does? Send him into the ropes. Hit him with the boot. Don't connect, so you try it again. Don't go off the ropes, so it's a really weak one, because running makes the move hurt more. Well, that was short-lived.
WWE champion, Hogan.
Oh, this makes me sick.
Same.
He did it. The entire building is becoming unglued as once again the Hulkster holds the gold of the WWE Championship. Right there, you got a guy that will stoop to any level to get what he wants. The Macho Man heading to the back, obviously disappointed in himself and disappointed in losing the WWE Championship. And there you see Hulk Hogan in the ring celebrating with thousands of Hulkamaniacs in attendance. This capacity crowd on their feet as history has been made in Atlantic City at WrestleMania V. Hulk Hogan defeats the Macho Man for the WWE Championship.
Yeah, it's okay, JR. You just keep talking. I'll shut up. I'll let you host the videos from now on. Well, that's title number 2 for Hogan. Yippee. Look at all these things we got. Wait, did I get an alternate attire for Miss Elizabeth before even unlocking her? That's weird. Unless Mania 4 is her default attire is what they mean. Because I got one before for 3, I think. Oh, let's move on to the next one. We got time for one more.
Well, he is something else. A man who has exploded on the scene, Intercontinental Champion, the Ultimate Warrior.
Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 6. I bring you the one and only Ultimate Challenge. Ultimate Warrior. Me and my Hulkamaniacs put the championship on the line.
The main event in WrestleMania VI, the Ultimate Warrior squaring off against Hulk Hogan.
Oh my, wait a minute. They're gonna go at it. There's not gonna be any WrestleMania. They're gonna go at it right now.
When I said that WrestleMania 6 was more intense than all 5 WrestleManias put together, I meant it, brothers. You are about to enter a world close to parts unknown. WrestleMania 6, the most important day for the rest of our lives. Do you, Hulk Hogan, look for a place to hide, or do you face that challenge? What's it gonna do when the largest arms in the world run wild on you? You will know, Hulk Hogan, who is the chosen one.
I mean, this one, I guess it's just pick your favorite, right? I prefer Ultimate Warrior. I know he had some real problems mentally, but he's good. In February 3rd, 1990, a week after Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior crossed paths at the Royal Rumble, Hogan put forth the ultimate challenge to the Warrior for WrestleMania VI. Hogan, witnessing the Warrior's meteoric rise to stardom, had to know what was truly the strongest force in WWE, Hulkamania or the power of the Warrior. On February 10th, 1990, the match was officially announced as the main event of WrestleMania VI. On February 24th, it was announced that for the first time ever, both the WWE Championship and Intercontinental Championship would be on the line. I feel like you can count the amount of times that's happened on one hand.
WrestleMania VI. It is scheduled for one fall, and it is title for title.
I mean, this is the only time the IC title is main event at WrestleMania, to my knowledge.
75 pounds. He is the Intercontinental Champion, the Ultimate Warrior.
Listen to the ovation for the Ultimate Warrior. And here he comes. He's running to the ring. I think that's a mistake. He should be conserving his strength right here. He's facing the challenge of his life, JR. Well, you may have a point there, King. However, the Warrior looks to be in great shape. And this crowd is going bananas. 67,000 plus have waited for this moment, JR. And it's going to be interesting as the crowd seems split 50-50. It's a toss-up, the same as the match.
Nah, it's Warrior all the way. And I'm not just saying that because I know the outcome. I just don't really like Hogan that much, I guess. I don't hate Hogan. I just feel like there was always better people than him. But he was their top match seller. He was huge appeal. He's the reason wrestling really was popular in the 80s, I feel. Household name. People know who Hogan is.
This is what it's all about. This is what has brought 67,000 strong to WrestleMania VI, and they are ready.
Both men are in tremendous physical condition, JR. You notice how Hogan took his time coming to the ring? The Warrior's already sweating more. Oh, that's a sign, JR.
I think the only match that we've played so far where I would have definitely booked Hogan to have won is the match against Bundy. I would not put Bundy over Hogan. I like Bundy, but I would not put him over Hogan. But I think I prefer Andre, I prefer Savage, and I prefer Warrior.
And this is going to be a tremendous title.
It actually feels kind of weird to see those two side by side. Does the Yellow Championship not have the WWE logo in the top bit? That's weird. I know obviously it would have been the WWF logo, so you know, there's the theory of immediately you could have of like they censor it, but they've just changed the logo on all the other ones, so it doesn't really work. You can't really say that that's the reason why. Also, I like how significantly they're implying that cameras improved as soon as we entered 1990. We basically had HD cameras with just a little bit of fuzz over them in the 90s. That's what this game said. I think the problem that they had with these filters, one of the strongest issues by far, is one of the biggest changes in TV quality was the fact that colors were more washed out. They didn't do that. They didn't make the colors washed out. They just put a grainy filter over them, slash like the first WrestleMania, and I think first 3 or 4 WrestleManias. Well, I think even the last one actually will have like a yellowish hue to them, which is like kind of correct, but like they also just didn't have that vibrant of color. So like Hogan would have more of like a pale kind of faint yellow, as opposed to like pure bright yellow that he's got. Colors were just weaker on old TVs, from what I remember anyway. I mean, I haven't looked at one since we got an HD TV in like 2007 or whatever.
Look out! A double clothesline. Oh, what an epic match! Both men are down. I don't even think the ref wants to end it this way. He's going very slowly, giving these two the time to recover and continue this epic confrontation. These two men are almost equally matched.
What is up with Warrior's hair in this game? I know his hair was big, but it wasn't a lion's mane.
The Warrior is up. Hogan is up. The count has stopped. This match will continue.
Okay. Oh, the first WrestleMania moment. That's cool. That's a good one. Let me tell you guys, the first WrestleMania moment is one you won't ever forget. When we get there... Actually, I wonder if that's the dick sucking spot.
Did you hear how his leg connected?
I'm gonna guess I have to get him to moderate for that to start. I can't imagine what else would be required. It's either moderate or like he has to do a specific move, but I know he can't need to do a specific move because I can reverse him, whereas when who was I was even up against at this point? I don't remember. There was a match where they had to like slam someone. I don't remember what it even was anymore, but there was one I did like, you know, an hour ago or so in the last episode where I couldn't reverse anything because they had to do their thing first. And then that triggered a cutscene. I think it was Steamboat against Savage. Well, I'm not going to do my finisher yet, because, okay, here we go. Just having a chat with the ref real quick. What a classic moment. Sorry, Hogan, but that's not happening. Was the referee spot really for nothing? Absolutely nothing happened from that. Well, this was first time a Hogan lost a Mania match, so that's, you know, it's very special. So many Roddy Piper shirts in the crowd, and yet he's not in the game properly. What actually are the shirts in the crowd? We got the Piper shirts, we got one Duggan shirt. They can leave him out of the game, that's fine. Duggan fucking sucks. Jim Duggan might be like the worst wrestler of the 80s, in my opinion. That obviously is more specifically going into like people who are heavily featured. I think he might be the worst. I think he might be the one that I liked the absolute dead least. I think I preferred Sergeant Slaughter to Jim. I fucking hate Jim Duggan. But then I really can't stand those overly patriotic gimmicks where like the only reason they're even over is because they're just being really patriotic. A gorilla pressing pin Hogan. If you're patriotic towards your country, there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I just find, I've spoken about this before, I just find WWE's booking when it comes to America to be really xenophobic. They're like, all America, every other country just sucks in their eyes, and it's fucking awful. It's really hard to watch. So yeah, Jim Duggan sucks because he's almost always involved in storylines like that, and I don't root for it because it comes off racist to other countries. And the crowd are just so into this. Damn, they didn't get the camera angle. Oh wait, no, that wasn't it, wasn't it? It was a tie-up between them. Like a test of strength. Why do people always keep hitting Hogan when he does this? They know exactly what he's doing. Just stop throwing punches and do something different. Hit him with a drop kick out of nowhere. He wouldn't be expecting that. Nice. Aw, they didn't put it in. That's a shame. For anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, if you somehow have never seen it, there's a spot in this match where they do a test of strength, which is where they've got like their hands interlocked and they're like pushing one down to the mat, and Hogan is being pushed down onto his knees right in front of Warrior's crotch, and they get a great angle from... I wasn't talking to you. they get a really good angle from like directly behind Hogan's head that is like, it looks really deliberate. It looks like that's what they were trying to make it look like. What a fucking way to pin someone. Knees on the chest and hands in the air. And still Intercontinental Champion. Come on. I remember him looking like such a little bitch about this. He's like, oh, fine, I'll give it to you. I'll put someone over just this once. But Undertaker, brother, I got my eyes on you. I remember this match being pretty good for what it was. I mean, for what it was is a very important keyword there. key phrase. It's not a word.
He's going out like a true champion. I do believe Hulkamania will live forever.
Oh, it will live in infamy for pretty long. Eventually, I think people will begin to forgive and forget. But my god, Hulkamania will live in infamy for a good 10 years.
We now have a new WWE champion, the Ultimate Warrior.
That is Warrior's only match in this mode. And here's a fun fact for anyone that's never played this game when it first came out. Now, let's say you pick this game up for the first time tomorrow. You go out and you go, you know, I've been enjoying watching Chich play this. I want to play this. You know, Ultimate Warrior looked pretty fun to play as. I'm going to play as him. Oh, he's not on the roster. So here's a fun little thing that they did with this game. Now, most people would already know this, but again, for anyone that didn't know this, allow me to tell you a fun little fact about this game and the fact that they put this match in the mode, but Warrior was the pre-order bonus DLC. If you don't buy the DLC, you don't get Ultimate Warrior outside of this one match in this mode, which means he's in the game 100%. I mean, all DLCs were actually in the game. I think if I remember right, that was like a thing, was like you could actually technically get the DLCs early if you had like a hacked one, because they were all in the game. But I don't really know how that works. I don't want to go into that. The point is, Warrior was on the disc from day one. He was available, but you could only have him as a playable character if you bought the game pre-ordered or bought the DLC separately, which, by the way, is no longer available. You can't buy the DLC for the old WWE games anymore, which means that he is completely unavailable without you hacking your console or having already owned the DLC. So isn't that fun? Isn't that great? Anyway, just thought I'd finish on that fun note. So when we come back next time, we'll do what I think might literally be, what I've at least witnessed so far, to be the absolute worst WrestleMania main event ever. Actually, no, because Sid was still good. So I'm going to have to at least give the fact that Sid was a good wrestler as to why the Mania 8 match isn't worse. That match isn't in this, so I can talk about that match. But yeah, when we come back next time, this absolute abomination of a match. I'll see you then. Goodbye.